Is my voice audible to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Let's wait another 1 to 2 minutes more. Let a few people join in. Okay. So today we will start off with the array part, like the how to traverse an array and all that. So I have found this, or uh, it has been portrayed by a lot of you that you people are not that much familiar with C programming or all. I mean, not that much expertise. So what I will try to do that, if each and every program I cannot show you, because I also have some time limitations. I need to finish the syllabus as well within the allotted time before your exam starts. So few programs today I will try to execute in front of you line by line, explaining how this thing is done, because in the last class I have been explaining the for loop and all, and I found that it is not clear to the majority of you people. So for that reason, in today's class, I will try to explain and to show you how these programs works using array. And then after 2-3 programs, you can see the format. Then you will be able to visualize the things. Then slowly we will study the algorithms. Okay. So I will share this screen first. Oh, sorry, I need to do the C now. I will be doing in C. Okay? Okay, 1 minute. Let me do it from here only. Okay. Right? Okay. So I will be, this screen is visible to you, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the first program or the first logic which we were explaining in the last class is the logic about like how to read and display few numbers using an array. So the first operation that can be done on an array is how to traverse an array. Traverse means just you are going through the array. That is, you can take the values of the array from the user and you are just printing those, thus displaying those values, right? So the first program is, this program is about write a program to read and display in numbers, that how many numbers you will be inputting from the keyboard, that the user will decide, in numbers using an array. The basic program of an array. So we all know that these are the statements we need to use, stdio.h, conio.h, in order to run any C program. So the first thing is, first you need to declare what, before using an array, we all know we need to declare that array, right? And suppose I am involving only integer numbers, and the size of the array I will be declaring as suppose 20. So how do we write it? I will write int, I will write the name of the array. Suppose the name of the array I give as ARR. Simple, as simple as that. And then between this bracket, I will have to give the maximum size of the array. Is this step clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, please interact with me with a yes or a no, because it will help me to understand whether you are getting or not. Okay, then I can use a printf statement just to print that whether what I want the user to do. Suppose when this program will run, first it will show me that enter the number of elements you wish to enter in your array. Between this 20 size, how many elements do you wish to enter? Suppose the user wants to enter 5. So here that statement will come, that enter the, enter the number of elements you wish to enter in the array. Oh, sorry. Okay, this is the format of writing any printf statement. And with every printf statement, there will be associated scanf statement, because this number, suppose you wish to enter 5 elements. So this 5 value, it will be saved in some variable. Suppose that variable is n. Okay. Now, since I have used a new variable n, I should also declare that variable. So I am declaring it over here, int n. Okay, fine. Now I have entered, I have given to the computer that I wish to enter 5 elements. After I have given to the computer that I wish to enter 5 elements, it will ask for the elements from me. Now these elements, here is where we use the for loop. My for loop will run for 5 elements. The index locations will be from 0 to 4. So my for loop will run from 0 to 4. And in between this 0 to 4, if you recapitulate in the last class what we learned, that in between this 0 to 4, I will be inputting the values. So first I will run a for loop. For I equal to 0, I less than n, I plus plus. This was the for loop. And here I am inputting what? I am inputting my numbers. Now, the thing is, when you want to put something in the array, you give the array name, you give the index I location. This is the way how you give or take input from an array. Now, since I have used another variable I, also I need to declare it first. So these are all the basic C which you have learned. If you are regular students, you have learned it in diploma classes. If you are not regular, if you are lateral students, you have learned it in diploma classes. If you are regular students, you have learned this in program solving using C in the second semester itself. Okay. So this is the way how I am inputting the values from the user. So using the loop, I have taken all the values from the user. Now I will try to put the values or print the values. So suppose I am using one printf statement, and in the inserted elements are, suppose this will look, and then I want to display the array. Again, I will have to use the same loop of this. For taking the values, we use the same loop. For printing the values also we use the same loop, but the only difference is for printing the values, we will be using the printf statement, and here there will be no ampersand. The ampersand is only used while we take values. Any values which we deserve or which we want to take from the user, we use this ampersand sign. For printing any values, we just give the index location and the name. Okay. So suppose this is just a small program to read and display n numbers using an array, where I have maximized the size of my array as 20, and in there I will input, suppose I will input 5 elements, and I will show the output of this 5 elements. So let us execute and see if I have done any mistake or not. It's taking some time, right? Oh, two things are open.
मैम वो फाइल डॉट सी से सेव करना जरूरी है ना?
No, the C++
ये
project is
फाइल का
going
नेम
to
मैम,
run in everything. ये डॉट सी बोल रहे हो? देव सी प्लस प्लस runs in everything. Okay, let me एकदम use a new thing. I have used
मैम तो फाइल का
Java.
नेम से फर्क नहीं पड़ता है?
Okay, fine. Let me use it. But generally, it runs. Even if I use the C++ format, still it will run. Dev C++ is a good compiler. So this C you are saying? This C
यस
you are
मैम,
saying?
यस मैम.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Now let us see. It should run now. Suppose I am naming it as program 1. Okay. See, it is saying if you tally it with what we have written in our program, the first line is a printf statement, that is enter the number of elements you wish to enter. So here, suppose I wish to enter 5 elements or suppose 6 elements. So here I will only press 6. Then, oh, one thing, 1 minute. Oh, what is happening? Okay. Here I will enter first 6 number of elements. This is my n. My n is 6. When I press enter, it is asking for these n elements. Suppose I enter 25 first element, second element, third element, fourth element, fifth element, and sixth element. The moment I press sixth element, see, the next statement is the inserted elements are, and it is showing me the arrays. So let us do it more beautifully so that it is visualized more beautifully. So I am pressing a tab so that all the numbers, and I am using a new line as well so that all the numbers will be separated and you will be able to see. Once more, let us execute. Suppose I want to, suppose I want to enter 6 elements, and I am entering the elements 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The moment I am entering 6 elements, it is coming out of the loop, and it is, since again I am printing the elements in that loop only, see the elements have been printed in that loop. So is the concept of array, how do we use it, how are this for loop is happening, is it at least clear now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the way how we write a simple array program, that is to read few elements from the array and in order to display those few elements. This is the for loop which is working for taking the array elements from the user, that is from 45 to 36, and this is the for loop which is working for printing the array elements which I have inserted, that is from 45 to 36. If you notice the value of n I have entered, it is getting saved. The value of n will be 6. So my array will be continuing, loop will be continuing from 0 to less than 6, that is from 0 to 5 elements. That is 6 number of elements, but the index location is 0 to 5. So when scanf I am using this ampersand sign, and when printf I am not using the ampersand sign. This tab hash t, this I have used in order to give a spacing, and this hash n I have used so that the inserted will start from a new line. Okay, so is this program for traversing an array, that is to read and display n numbers using an array, is it clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now suppose the next program, I am doing this programming only because I am wanting that it is easier for you to understand. Okay. Suppose the next program is to find the mean or the average of n numbers using array. Suppose this is the program. Okay, wait for a minute. Okay, let me just take the screenshot first. Okay. So suppose this is the program to find the mean of the n numbers, that is the average of the n numbers which you will enter using the array. So the basic steps are same. Suppose I wish to enter n elements, I am declaring my array, then using the for loop, I am taking some values from the user, then using another for loop, I am printing those values. So everything is same, right? So everything is same. Now, one thing is like here, I do not need to print the individual elements, right? I just only need to print the mean of the number, right? So how do you think, any one of you, how do you find the mean of any number?
Ma'am,
Sum of
total
the
sum
total number
divided
and
by
the
total number.
n.
Right. So first we need to do the summation of all the numbers, and 1 minute. Hello. Okay, so first we need to do the summation of all the numbers, and then we need to divide it by the numbers we have, right? So this summation also, you tell me that suppose I am, let me use the screen first. This summation also, if you notice how it is done, suppose this is my array, and in my array suppose I have 4 elements. Okay, so here it is 0, here it is 4, here it is 6, here it is 20. Okay, so how will I do the sum? This is my array 0th index, this is my array 1 index, this is my array 2 index, this is my array 3 index. So suppose I have a variable sum which is first assigned 0. That sum I will add with value of a0. Suppose here it is 30. Okay. So first I will do what? First I will add this sum with the value of a0. It gives me 30. Then the value I have, I will add with the value of A1, it will give me 34. Then this updated sum value, I will add with value of A2, so it is giving me 40. Then this updated sum value, I will add it with the value of A3, so it is giving me 60. Like this we will do now. Each and every time the updated value of sum which I have found from the previous step, I will add it with the value of the element at this index. That is AI will denote, AI denotes what? A1 denotes 4, value of the element at first index. A2 denotes what? A2 denotes 6. So the sum, each and every step, the sum, I am adding it with this now. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? So this concept is clear. Each and every step I am adding sum with this. Again, I will share the screen. Okay. So if that is the case, my for loop will run, and what I will do, I am getting an updated somehow. The old sum, I am adding it with my individual array elements. And since I have declared, I have declared my array as ARR, here I am using ARRI. In the example which I was showing, I declared my array as A, so that is why I was writing as AI. Okay. And the logic of any programming is, if you have a new variable, you need to declare it. So again, I need to declare this new variable. And where I am declare it, I will start it or initialize it with 0. Why? Because it's sometimes seen that if I do not initialize a variable with a 0 value, it most of the time it assumes garbage value. So we do not want that. So I will start my sum from 0. So 0 plus anything we know, it will give me the number. So if I start from 0, I do not have to worry anything. So if I, so this value for the first step will be 0 plus whatever is there in the 0th index. Then that updated value will be 0 plus whatever in there in the second index, first index. Like this it will go on. Now this will only give you the summation. Now this sum, you need to find the mean. And for finding the mean, what do you need to do? You need to divide the sum by the number of elements. So suppose your mean will be your sum divided by number of elements. Since you have used this new word mean, you need to declare it also. Now one thing is, here I will declare mean to be a float. Why? Because average most of the time it gives us a decimal value. So again I will declare and initialize it as 0.0 to avoid any garbage value addition, right? And here, since my sum is integer, so if I divide an integer and if I convert it to a float, the basic rule which we have learned is I need to do this fixation, right? Right?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what do I have? I have an array where I am inputting some values. My values are getting inputted, and this line I do not need anymore. After this, I am inputting the values up to this. After that, the sum is calculated. After that, the mean is calculated. Now I want what? I just want to print the sum and print the mean. So I am using two statements. Let us use the new line. The sum of the elements is, when I want to print anything, I just write the variable. Okay, I do not use the ampersand. The ampersand is only used when I want to take some value from the user. So here I can write the mean of the elements is, here since it is float, I will use a percentage f. Okay, mean. Fine. So I think the sum is okay. I have declared sum, I have declared mean, I have taken the value, I have taken the inputted the values. Okay, fine. So again, let us compile and see whether it is okay or not. Okay, so it is wanting from me enter the number of elements. Suppose I am entering 5 elements. Now I will have to give the 5 elements. Suppose 56, 78, 98, 45 and 26. The sum of the elements is 303 and the mean of the elements is this. Okay. Now suppose you do not want so many decimal places after it. Suppose you want up to 2 decimal places. So you just do a small improvisation. You just, before this percentage percentage and F, you just write 0.2. Okay. Now let us see how the difference is making. Okay, I'm giving some simple things. Okay, 5 elements, 2, 5, 8, 9 and 6. See how my point has been two places after decimal. Earlier it was 5 to 6 places. So number of places you want to show after the decimal, you write over here. If you write 5, it will show you up to 5. If you write 1, it will show you up to 1. I wanted to show 2 places of decimal after this decimal point, so I write it 0.2. Is this sum how to find the mean of n numbers using the array? And so mane few programs using array. Is this sum clear to you? Is this sum clear to you?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Now first let me share the attendance first. Huh? Okay, we will share it later on. Now let us do another program. First, before doing the program, let us do it first in our whiteboard. Okay. I am writing a program that to it will print the position of the smallest number in my array, and it will print my smallest number in my array. Suppose I have an array like this, okay, where I have 5 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, the numbers are 7, 6, 5, 14 and 3. Okay, and so the index location is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I want to write a program where I will find the smallest number from my array, and also it will give me the position of the array. Fine. So what can I do? I will start from this location, that is from the 0th location, and I will compare each location. So suppose I am starting with this value 7, I will compare with 7 with my next element. So if the next element is smaller than this 7, I will update the value of my small variable. Suppose I have a variable which is named as small, and that small variable I am starting from this index location 0. Okay, this is another variable. This is the way the array is, a0, a1, a2, like this, and this is another variable small, and I am starting this value of this small from this location. So now my small will have 7 value. So first, if I declare my small to be this, what does it means? Small will have the value what is there in my array in 0th location. So accordingly, my small variable will have the value 7. So I am starting from 7 and I will check with each and every values. I will check 7 with A1, I will check with A2, I will check with A3, I will check with A4. Up to last stage of my array, whatever elements I have, I will check all the elements. In between, if I found in any of the step that I am getting an element whose value is lesser than the element from where my small has started, I will update my small. That means what? I will first compare small, that is 7, with the value of AI. What value is there in AI? Anyone?
6.
6. So is 7 smaller than 6?
No, ma'am.
No. So 6 is smaller, no? So I will update the value 6. Okay. And another variable is there which is marking the position, and the position I have started from 0. And when I did an interchange, what is this position? It will be 1. Fine. This comparison is done. Now this 6, I will compare it with A2. Which one is smaller?
A2.
A2, 5.
A2 is 5. So again, I will write 5. And this position, I will increment 2. My 2 checking is done. I will check it with A3. A3 is 14. So 14 is larger, right? So I won't do any interchange. I won't do any interchange. Right? Now, again, I will skip to the next, A4. I will skip it to the next, A4. So A3 is also traversed, A4. If I check 5 and 3, my 3 is smaller. So yes, I will update my small value and I will update the position value. So finally, if I have the smallest number also, which is saved in my small variable, and I also have the smallest position also of the number, which is saved in my pos variable. Is this concept of finding the smallest value clear to you all?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is the way how we find the smallest. Now, one thing is there that this position will only have the value whenever it is updated. So, when I am, suppose here, Kaushal, do not write anything on the whiteboard, please. Suppose here I have few other elements. I have 16, I have 28, I have 31, I have 6, I have 8, suppose. My array will travel, it will check. I will again check it with A5. A5 is 16. So 16 won't be updated. I will check it with A6. A6 is 28. It is larger, won't be updated. I will check it with A7. A7 is 31. 31 is larger, small, won't be updated. I will check it with A8. A8 is 8. Value 8 is larger, I won't be updated. So anywhere I will have to start from the first and I will have to reach the end of my array, that is I from 0. I will have to traverse all the elements, and in between if I found any value to be smaller or from the next, I will update my small in the process. So after these 3, no values is smaller. So I won't be updating the small, and likewise I won't be updating my position. So whenever there will be an update in my small, there will be an update in my position also. So suppose I started from 7, then I changed 7 to 6 because 6 was smaller. and the position of 6 was 1, so my pos value was 1. Then I changed my 6 to 5 because 5 was smaller. My position index value is 2, so I changed from 1 to 2. Then I changed, I did not change it with 3, but I changed it with 4. Index value 4, it has 3. So from 2, it has changed to 4. That means whatever I element I am inputting, that same index value also, it is getting saved in my POS. Isn't it? Whatever index value I am updating, that index value is going in my position value. That means it will show that this smallest element from my array, it is present in this location or this index value in my array. Is this thing clear to you all?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First, let me share the attendance. अरे इस पे कुछ प्रॉब्लम है क्या फिर से?
नो मैम.
थोड़ा देर पहले तो खुला था मैम.
फिर से आज तो नहीं खुल रहा है.
अभी भी ओपन है.
हाँ.
अभी तो ओपन है मैम.
अभी तो ओपन हो रहा.
See? Okay, fine. You do one thing, okay? You people just quickly write down your name and hash your department. Oh,
ओपन हो गया मैम.
it's opened. 1 minute.
थोड़ा समय लग.
Yes, थोड़ा समय लगता है. चलो, quickly mark your attendance. Quick. Less than a minute is remaining. Quickly mark your attendance.
हो गया मैम.
हाँ, अभी कुछ सेकेंड्स ही बाकी है. अगर कोई और है जो करना चाहते करेंगे, क्योंकि ऑटोमेटिकली ऑफ हो जाएगा. कुछ ही सेकेंड्स बाकी है बस.
मैम यू आर नॉट इनरोल दिखा रहा है इसमें. मेरा
नाम क्या है?
सचिन साव.